right, it's go time. Welcome into Friday Night Hits, Week 1, the first full Friday of the high school season. I'm Mark Whiteman. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Mama said there'd be days like this. Mother Nature causing several delays in a canceled game between Gaffney and Union County. Our game of the week in Greer, where Riverside and Jailman each coming off explosive offensive outputs in Week 0. It is our Sparrow Financial game of the week. Julie Morris was there.
Riverside and Jailman's game was delayed by about 2 hours because of rain, but that rain did not dampen the excitement leading up to this big matchup between two teams coming off big performances in Week 0. Both teams' offenses had big games in their season openers, but both defenses shining in the first quarter. On 3rd and long for the Warriors, Patriots linebacker Jacob Watt comes up with the big sack. A few minutes later, Warriors senior Victory Atkins gets to Mikkel McClellan and takes him down for a loss. It's a scoreless game at the end of the first. Final seconds of the second quarter, Patriots taking a shot at the end zone. Ethan Anderson throws a deep ball, but it's picked off by Clay Black. That's how the half ends. It's a scoreless game at the break.
So currently, Jailman leads 14-7. Julia is still there. That game delayed for such a long time, so we are rolling right along, and we will have a number of games that are still in action because of these late start times tonight. But let us move on now to Serene Stadium, where the Greenville Red Raiders ran onto the field tonight for the first time this fall after their best season in team history last year. It was a tough test against TL Hanna. The Jackets rolled in Week 0. There was a lengthy delay here as well. The game did not kick off until 9:20. Red Raiders revving to go right from the first drive. They would march right on down the field. Jordan Sink, the sophomore quarterback, to Tyler Brown, the Minnesota commit, getting Greenville into the red zone. And on the very next play, it's Sink looking for Mazio Bennett right over the middle. Red Raiders strike first after a TL Hanna fumble. Into Greenville that gets the ball right on back, but Sink floats one out there. Jalen Harrison pops right in front of it for the TL Hanna interception, but the Red Raiders defense holds. And look at this play on the following Greenville drive. Mazio Bennett, his friends call him MJ, looking like a smooth criminal right here. What a game this is. Right down to the wire and into the fourth quarter. It's the Red Raiders leading TL Hanna 23-22. The Daniel Lions pounced on Greer last week for their school record 25th win, taking the show from Central to Easley for the Green Waves opener tonight. And this was another late game as well here at Easley, but we were ready when they started, and so was Daniel. Troy Shaw on the doorstep like Amazon. Lions take the early touchdown lead. Daniel gets the ball right back. Blaine Simons, huge debut for the Lions' new quarterback last week. He puts it right on Eli Merck, and the senior does the rest. 0-60 real quick for the 64-yard touchdown. And Daniel up 14-0 in the early going. Still in the first, Jerry's Cleveland, and he's in for another touchdown. He understands the assignment. The Lions doing their thing. 26 straight now, extending that school record 56-7 over Easley. The Westside Rams won their region last season, kicking off this season at home against Belton Honey at Path. Rams up 10-7 in the third. That's Cutter Woods, the transfer from East Side, now at West Side, and he's going east to west, hitting Jamar Boston, who's busting loose. That set up a short touchdown, 17-7 West Side. But here comes Marquise Henderson, the BHP star running back, can really scoot, and he is way gone. And he is just getting started in this one. Takes that in for a long, long touchdown. Henderson, 204 rushing yards. Here's his second touchdown of the night. He puts the team on his back and carries BHP to the win, 19-17. They rally from 10 down and beat the Rams. All right, let's drop in on some scores. Most of these games currently still in action. Broome over Chesney in the third, 49-23. Malden leading Boiling Springs, 14-0. And the Burns Rebels playing Chapman tonight, 21-7 in the third quarter that game is. And Christchurch all over Southside in the fourth, 41-14. Plus a few more scores. A final here for you. Crescent beating Dixie, 34-10. Abbeville and Powdersville both starting their season with convincing Week 0 wins. The Panthers at home tonight against the Patriots. Let's pick this game up right in the first quarter. Powdersville started 12-0 last year and looking to do so again, but they had a tough test in this one against Abbeville. It's Powdersville's Eli Hudgens rolling out, finding Jack Hunzinger for the 8-yard touchdown, and the Patriots score first in this game. But the Panthers answer right on back as Jamal Marshall busts through a few would-be tacklers on his way into the timeshare from 21 yards out. Extra point no good. 7-6, Powdersville. Later in the first, Abbeville's Javario Tinch fields the punt, heads to the right, can't find an opening, but hey, this looks promising. Let's go back that way, and it is our USC Upstate play of the week. 85-yard punt return into the end zone. Abbeville gets on the board there with that big-time special teams touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and they lead 14-7. Patriots come right back. Thomas Williams takes the pitch. He's in for the 7-yard touchdown. The extra point is blocked. It is 14-13 Abbeville, but the Powdersville Patriots go on to beat the Panthers 51-44, and this Patriots team keeps on rolling. 2-0 start for the second year in a row. The rivalry renewed. One of the best in our area. Clinton and Lawrence Red Devils beat the Raiders last year for the first time since 2016. They're up big again in the third quarter of this one. 35-14 Clinton. Austin Copeland hands off to Bryson James coming into your living room right at you. It's 42-14. Lawrence trying to rally back. Jadon Goodwin throwing so fast. Our camera guy lost it, but Nick Fowler didn't. He catches it for the touchdown as Lawrence tries to even their way back into this game, but Austin Copeland just keeps on handing off, and Deshaun Copeland goes in the end zone again. Clinton beating up on Lawrence 55-28 as they take the rivalry game for a second straight year. All right, back to the scores. Charlotte Christian beating Southside Christian 52-28. The Sabres now 0-2 this season, and Wren losing in their opener on the road at Jefferson 56-28. A few more scores to show you. Blue Ridge and Liberty battling 14-7 in the third. Fighting Tigers leading, and Pickens beating up on Franklin County 42-17. Woodruff 31-zip over Fountain Inn, and Seneca all over Palmetto 50-14. All right, we're taking a quick water break. As we reach halftime, we have more scores and highlights ahead, including Hillcrest traveling to Greer, which means it's time for Eric Mitchell Real Estate mic'd up with Hillcrest head coach Anthony Freight.
Get those guys prompt. We'll take that all night. We just need to settle in. When we score, take a ball with you, see if they need one, then go catch the other ball. Hey, you're my run defender. You can't just hold on, hold on. The effort's good, but you got to let go. We're so antsy. We're running up the field right now at linebacker. Am I with you? Linebackers, chill out. Play at the line of scrimmage.
You're watching Friday Night Hits, and welcome to Greer.
All right, thank you, everybody. The rain stayed away from Dooley Field and Greer, but lighting in the area prevented the game from kicking off until after 9 o'clock, facing Hillcrest. Let's pick this one up early first quarter. Bennett Judy, the Rams quarterback, hitting Avery McFadden. He is gone. Goodbye. 66 yards to the house. Hillcrest up 7-0. Greer coming right back on their first possession, but the quarterback fumbles the snap. Hillcrest recovers the ball, and the Rams get a nice little first down and get another drive started. A few plays later, Judy, he's going up top again, looking for Adrian Mayberry. I think I found it on Mayberry Street. 35-yard reception. Rams up 14-0. Next Hillcrest possession, Judy handing it off to Thomas Stanley. He finds the end zone, and it's Hillcrest beating Greer 55-14. That game's still going on in the fourth quarter. All right, welcome back to Friday Night Hits. Home opener for Spartanburg. The Vikes reached the 5A Upper State Final last year. Always a challenge, however, going up against Dutch Fork. The weather delaying the start here, but doing nothing to dampen the enthusiasm of a very excited fan base. Dutch Fork fakes a punt with a throw. John Hunt to Landon Danley for the first down. Dutch Fork keeps the ball. couple plays later, running the Wildcat. Jarvis Green to the outside, to the outside, to the outside. 30-yard touchdown, 6-0 Dutch Fork. Still in the second quarter, Spartanburg with the ball on the 22. Raheem Jeter, look at this throw. My goodness, to Quay Moore. Missed the extra point, stays at 6-6. This is a back-and-forth battle here, but it's Dutch Fork leading currently 18-13 in the third quarter. The Dustin Curtis era off and rolling. The Cavaliers knocked off Greenville last week in their opener at North Augusta tonight, and this is a big-time touchdown by Raekwon Robinson. Goodbye. 42-28 the final for Norman. All right, I'll show you a few more scores. A weather delay. Woodmont-Walhalla, they're still going on. Stopped in the third. It's 32-16 Woodmont, 96 over Ware Shoals, 53-0. Carolina High leading West Oak 22-0 when that game was postponed. Will resume tomorrow at 3. Whitmire 20-6 over Spartanburg Christian at halftime. And Landrum beating Berea 27-3 in the third. The Blacksburg Wildcats playing with a heavy heart. Head coach Jet Turner stepping away from the team for the season to battle a health issue. His team playing for Jet. They travel to Greenville to play St. Joe's on this Friday night. Knights coming off a big win over Fox Creek. Blacksburg's Dre Buxton going in from 13 yards to give the Wildcats a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. St. Joe's responds. However, it would be William Gillespie taking the handoff, scoring a short run right there. Ties the game up 7-7. And it goes on, here we go, to the final at St. Joe's. They beat Blacksburg 35-7. The Greenwood Eagles hoping to soar past Sandy Creek in their first home game of the season, but it is Sandy Creek up 27-7. Not getting any better in the second half. Third quarter kickoff. That's Rich Van Zant. Takes it 70 yards to the house. Sandy Creek up 34-7, and they go on to beat the Eagles 46-21. Sky 4, Eastside Eagles hosting Pendleton. We didn't have Sky 4 tonight, but our Sky 4 shooter down on the ground kind enough. And here we go at Pendleton and Eastside. And that's the Bulldogs scoring a touchdown right there. And they would get the 2-point conversion with some trickeration. They go up 8-0. Pendleton is leading in this game 14-0 in the third quarter. The first home game for new TR head coach Michael Lancaster hosting Wade Hampton. Travelers rest up 7-0, but it's the Generals with the ball. Cooper Tankersley, he's off. All the way down to the 1-yard line. From there, Nigel Brewster sauntering in, and Wade Hampton 49-28. They beat Travelers Rest. It is their first win since 2018. That'll do it for Friday Night Hits. All of the final scores you can find on our website. Have a great night and a great weekend. We'll see you next week.